Hey, I'm Eric. I'm listening to 100 albums in 100 days. For all the details on what I'm doing and why, check out the video pinned in my profile. Today, I called an audible and added an album to the list that wasn't on there previously. Early this morning, we heard about the passing of Jimmy Buffett. Since I have never listened to a Jimmy Buffett album, I know one song, that's Margaritaville, like everybody else. I decided that I would find an album to add to the list and listen to it because I've never heard one. So the one I picked out is, well, first, let me back up. I went looking for lists of what his best albums are, and 3 of the articles that I found all agreed on the same album. 2 of them said it was the quintessential Jimmy Buffett album, and another one said that it was the best place to start if you've never listened to Jimmy Buffett. So I picked that album, and so when I listened to, and it's also, this album falls outside of if you saw my original video where I describe what I'm doing, you'll know that I'm listening to albums between 75 and 95. This one falls outside of the time range. This one came out in 74. And today I listened to the 1974 album A1A from Jimmy Buffett. Like I said, I've never heard a Jimmy Buffett album in my life. I think I only know one song. And I didn't know what to expect. I thought it would be, I've always thought of him as kind of a gimmick act, just because of what I've seen, the clips I've seen in the live shows and of him, and I just have always viewed him as a gimmick act. But one of the things I read in one of the articles this morning was that when Bob Dylan was asked who his favorite songwriter was, he said Jimmy Buffett. And so, that gave me a pause in the idea that he's just a novelty act. This album is really good. I didn't know what to expect, but it's really good. It starts off strong with Making Music for Money. That's a really good song. And then probably my favorite, or a trio of songs right in a row, Life's Just a Tire Swing. That was a really good song. And then it goes right into A Pirate Looks at 40. And then Migration is the next song. Those 3 songs right in a row. Really, all 3 of them are just great songs. I get it now, I think. I mean, I didn't get the whole Parrot Head thing before. Like I didn't, like if you saw my video for the Grateful Dead early on, I said I didn't get the Deadhead thing. I kind of get the Deadhead thing now because I've listened to not only that album, but I listened to another album, and I kind of get it now. After listening to this album, I get the Jimmy Buffett thing a little bit. In one of those articles, one of the people that was talking says there are 2 types of Jimmy Buffett fans. There's the kind that only listen to the stuff from the 80s on and go to all the concerts just to get drunk and have a good time. And then there are the people that have been fans of him from the beginning, from before the 80s, and that's their favorite part. Their favorite, Jimmy Buffett music is pre-80s. And the person that was writing the article was one of those that she'd been a fan of everything, not just the 80s stuff, and going to the concerts and getting drunk and, all that. Just having, going to a party and having a good time. And since this came out in 74, this is, this is the pre-80s stuff, of course. And he's a great songwriter. He really is. Having my only experience being Margaritaville is not much to go on, but having heard this album, yeah, he's a great songwriter. He really is. And I'm not just saying that because he's dead. I'm just, having experienced the album, he's a great songwriter. It does make me want to go listen to some other stuff. I belong to this group called the Retro Network, and we were talking about it this morning, and people were mentioning songs and albums, and there was a greatest hits album that one person said would be a really great place to start. So I may listen to that one. I may listen to a couple others that others have said were great albums from him. So yeah, this was a really good listen. If you're looking for a place to start with Jimmy Buffett, because you've never heard it or never heard him or listened to any of his albums, this is a great place to start. It was a really good album. There was a couple of slow songs, a couple of songs that were kind of slow for me that I didn't really get into, but for the most part, all the album was I was dead on. Was just I was impressed with all of it. Let me put it that way. Being a person that likes to go to the beach and likes likes to lay on the beach and would love to have beach life, I get it now. I think I didn't get. I kind of, and I'm rambling now, but I kind of equate it to before I went to Hawaii the first time. I didn't get Jack Johnson. After I went to Hawaii, I got Jack Johnson after that. And I kind of get it now. Being someone that loves the beach and listening to his stuff, I get it. And so anyway, it's great that I've discovered it, even though he's gone now. So yeah, if you're looking for a place to start, this is a good place to start. If you're a Jimmy Buffett fan, give me an album to listen to. I'll listen to it. So.